How good is NTE's Endgame mode, and does it stack up with the competition, namely Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero? Also wondering. We're gonna go over it. We're gonna go through the hardest mode we have here, which will be the stage 10. In this mode, it's going to be similar to Abyss, so instead of going between stages, we'll be going between stops as we're taking a train cart. So in order to activate this, we have to first talk to this owl, who will give us the train route. As you can see here, it does say in the top left corner, all day routes. Think of this as the stages 1 through 8 in Genshin, or in Shiyu Defense for Zenless 1 to 10. These are permanent stages. I assume when the official release comes out that they'll have maybe a bi-weekly route, and then that will rotate every 2 weeks and refresh the gems that you acquire from it. Just like in Genshin, the same idea. Once you complete it, you get rewards and you can get the gems, blah 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 blah. Now we're gonna go to the highest level, and I'm gonna give you a breakdown on how it works. It's going to be the stage 10. Now I know there's a lot of stuff on screen, so let's go through it. First off, and probably the most controversial thing in my opinion, the companion buff. So each character in the game will provide a partner bonus effect that can boost your overall team's damage. And that means all 8 characters, the first half and second half. This is very controversial in my opinion because depending on how they do it, this can be massive levels of power creep and incentivize people to roll for agents that they would never roll for because the co-op ride bonus that they provide is so overwhelming. Right now, as it stands, it's very fair. Every agent provides a 15% bonus based on their element. Even if the agent is an A rank or an S rank, it does not matter. If they keep it this way, I think it's fine. However, what becomes an issue if we get a agent or whatever they're called in this game, Esper, if we get one that is going to be team damage up 10%. Automatically, that's ridiculous because now it affects everyone in the game. All 8 agents are getting buffed. Now, what if they increase the number to 50, 100? Very, very controversial. I don't think they should do that. If they keep it the way it is, it's fine. But if they change it even a little bit, they're going into really bad waters that they shouldn't be. Just want to throw it out there because it's something that I think can be a make or break for the game. Honestly thinking, because this is going to be their big gameplay mode, right? Next, as I mentioned with the first and second half, they're inbound and outbound. This is very standard across the Hoyoverse line of games, and with Wuthering. Wuthering has like a little bit different because they have like the 3, but same idea. It's going to be 4 characters each. Nothing too different here. What is different though is the buff system. So as you can see on the right side, there's 2 buffs here. We can purchase buffs. I'm assuming that this will be in the bi-weekly version as well. We can purchase buffs, and these buffs can be either active or passive. Active buffs will be activated at your discretion while in combat. Generally speaking, the higher tiers are all active, right? All of them are active. And then we have passive buffs. These are buffs that are going to be active no matter what you're doing throughout the whole fight. For me personally, I've gone with passive buffs. The reason being is that the combo combination to activate the buff is X and A. That's a jump and attack. If I don't hit them directly at the same time, it kind of fucks up my combo, and I don't want that. We can't change the control scheme at the time of recording this video, so for me, I'm not doing any actives. I'll only be doing passives because less to think about, and there's already so much going on in the gameplay. It's really hard for me to focus on all of that and then still have to activate my buff at the opportune time. So I just don't want to deal with that. But there are passive buffs, and each buff has their own cost value. The higher up, the more expensive, right? And this applies to all stages, right? You can see I used 2 buffs on the 9th stage, and I cannot use those buffs anymore. So for me, I'm using the break damage boost, and I think I'm using critical damage. Other than that, that's pretty much how it's going to go. They have the regular stipulations where you have to defeat the enemies, and you have to defeat them within a certain time period to get the perfect score. In this case, it's 5 minutes. But enough talking, let's get into the gameplay. Now, once we hit this game is very buggy. I don't know if people mentioned that in the betas or in the first impressions, but expect a lot of bugs and negatives because of this. As we're going to the boss, you can see that we have a nice little visual effect. I like it a lot. We can't do anything in the train cart, but it is cool to look at. Speaking of which, I do like the OST for the fight, which is very nice. It's repetitive, but it's nice. So now we're going to go into the gameplay. The gameplay is very quick swap centric. So I took a second to think about the word I was going to use, but expect to swap a lot. So I have to think. So just know that I'll be playing and talking, but it's going to be hard. Let's get into it. Now, so that's a glitch that happens sometimes. It's funny that it did happen here, but for some reason it'll just automatically fail you. I don't know why, but it does happen that way. But it's okay, we'll just restart.
Want some more?
So as I mentioned, this game is very quick swap centric. As you can see there, after I used the girl's attack, her name is Fadia, I had the ability to tag into another character. It had a, I don't know if you guys noticed, like a circle icon around the character. That means that they can activate a certain, like a resonance ability when they tag in. And these effects are very strong, which is why you see me use certain characters on this team, even though in actuality, I'll never really tag into them. Like Hathor is the character in the yellow in the far back. I only have her in there just to tag, just for her ability to affect. But generally speaking, I'm never gonna really play her because I just have no investment into her. So there's no point in me attacking with her because she doesn't do any damage. If I'm being realistic, right? Now, in terms of the gameplay, I mentioned everything's quick swap. The reason being is that attacks linger. As you can see there, the girl Fadia, she was attacking, but I've already swapped to my next character, which is Lacrimosa. This is pretty much going to be your rotation when it comes to fighting in this game. Is you're always going to want to active tag. I don't know if you noticed right there, but I just did a dodge counter. So when I dodge countered, I tagged out to my next agent because the attack for the dodge counter is still going to be lingering while I'm tagging out, which is, you know, very cool. I've seen some people complain about the dodge counter in this game, but I just think they haven't really tried to do they haven't tried to tag out of it, so that's why they don't like it too much. I think it's okay as it is, just because you can tag out of it.
Attaboy.
Now I do want to get a 3-star. I haven't got a 3-star yet on this fight, so I'm trying to like focus a little bit.
Keep quiet.
In this game, one thing I've noticed to be an issue with grouping up enemies. It's much harder than it should be, I think. I don't know if that's intended, but I've definitely find it to be harder than it should be when I just wanted to have all the enemies like grouped together in one cohesive area, so I don't have to really think about it, and all my attacks, you know, hit them all. Because it's no different than like Genshin, where, you know, it's better when everything's grouped together because your damage is spread out way better.
Better get used to it.
We have our ult up now, and then we'll attack back in the fire, and then we'll ult.
Oh, got you.
Honestly, this is going pretty smooth. If I get like a 630, I think that's pretty good actually. From my experience so far and what I see, The second half is always boss related, so it tends to be a lot quicker. Also, all my best agents are in the back half.
Stay there. Want some more?
So another thing, I don't think I've mentioned it. If you're hit during your skills, they don't actually go away. They'll just be reduced on the cooldown timer. So instead of it being like a 16-second cooldown timer, it will end up being like a 2, which is, you know, pretty nice. So we just got a parry there. If you can tell by the you can tell by the bigger circle that comes out that attack is parryable. There's 2 ways to parry these attacks. One is by using the actual normal attack, which I used there, or by using your skill. From my experience, the skill is definitely a lot more consistent to do. However, make sure. So he can jump. This character here freezes time, so if I use my ult while he's in the air, it kind of fucks up my whole rotation. So I didn't want that to happen. As I was saying with the parry, so we got it. You can also parry with the entry attack as well, like I did right there. But it's just very finicky. I don't know if it's because it's a beta or whatever it may be, but it's not something that you can reliably do from my experience. You want her ult up. Her ult is very powerful because it freezes time and it freezes the actual timer. As you can see, it's stuck at 5:46, and we can just so you know, this is a healing character, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned that, but the character is supposed to be a healer. I don't know what type of overpowered character they built, but she is ridiculous. Got that parry right there. Nonally. Nonally. Okay, I think we might get a, if I could just do one more ultimate, I think we're good. I think I got my kill. Oh, we're more than good. Oh, well, that was easy. I didn't get to showcase too much because I kind of beat him down so quickly. But there are attacks that can be parried mid. So they're not like attacks that show that parry icon, but they're like projectiles that can be knocked back towards the enemy. You've seen it if you were really looking closely. It's like a spiral circle. I've only noticed it in this fight in particular, but you know, it is what it is. Now, I wanted to show off one little thing about this game that I find to be really dumb. So if you hit this explore button again, it's bait, massive bait. So you're gonna hit this button, and what's going to happen is that you'll start the fight with 5 seconds removed off your timer because they count your loads. So they count you in the fight automatically, even though you haven't walked up at all. So you never hit that button. I don't know if they noticed that yet, but that's something that needs to be addressed immediately, because why am I being punished from hitting again or go to next round? It's ridiculous. But let me know what you think about the combat, the gameplay, your thoughts on the endgame mode in the comments down below, and I appreciate all type of feedback. I haven't posted on this channel in a little while, so I do plan on posting more videos for NTE and my thoughts on it, so I'll probably do like impressions and maybe a breakdown if you guys want to know how the combat actually works, building and stuff and all that type of stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.